Hello, Forward Movement Ministry Community. So good to see you again. And here we are. Can you believe that this is number 5? We are at the end of this series, the series entitled Invest Your Time Wisely. And we have had an amazing time of discussion and reflection and community as we have walked through the series Invest Your Time Wisely, right? We started off with inspect what you expect. And each day we challenged ourselves and committed to taking a few moments to pause, whether we wrote in our journal or we had a conversation with someone else regarding what we were talking about. But we took some time to pause and to contemplate the ways in which we could grow through each of the 5 ways to invest our time wisely. And here we are today at number 5. And before we go into number 5, I want to invite you right now, like, love, share, subscribe. Help us to grow our channel. Also, and even more importantly, share this with someone else in your community, whether it's a family member, a friend, a coworker, right? Because we're about building resilience community so that we all can continue to walk forward, mind, body, soul, and spirit through life. Well, today we are going to look at way number 5, right? Invest your time wisely. Number 5 is plan ahead and develop boundaries. Plan ahead and develop boundaries. As we find ourselves right now contemplating the end of the year, it's not just the end of the year that we find ourselves saying, okay, what's coming next? And finding ourselves needing to look ahead, or finding ourselves challenged when we have not looked ahead and now we're dealing with something and there's a lot of tension, right? And saying, oh man, if I would have just studied for that test, oh man, if I would have just planned in my budget to be able to take this quiz or this cruise rather, then I wouldn't feel so squeezed right now. Plan ahead and develop boundaries. I want you to consider something for a moment. Planning ahead allows individuals to allocate their time wisely, prioritizing tasks and activities based on their importance and deadlines, right? So planning ahead gives us an opportunity to allocate, to categorize, to put things in their place wisely, and then give us an opportunity to prioritize our task. Okay, this is the goal. This is what needs to happen. This is what I'm going to do. So what are the things that are important in order for me to get that done? Think today. What difference can be made in your day to day if you took a few moments to just plan ahead, like wrote out your to-do list and said, okay, what do I need to do first? I want to clean the house. So what do I need to do first? I need to do laundry. What do I need to do first? I need to take this trip. I'm going to be driving my car. What do I need to do first? Maybe I need to stop and make sure the car is full of gas. Maybe I need to stop and make sure I have water in the car, right? Or maybe I need to go ahead and just kind of map out, look ahead at what the journey is going to look like so I'm not too much caught by surprise as I'm driving. Plan ahead. What does it mean for you today? As you're looking at your life, where in the areas of your life are you being called right now to plan ahead? Because by creating schedules and timelines, you and I, individuals, we can optimize our productivity and make the most of our time. Listen, that's one of the reasons why we're doing this series, right? We're talking about investing time wisely. We're talking about living lives where we're moving forward on purpose, being a blessing to the world, right? And at the same time, optimizing the gifts, the talents, the abilities that are already inside us, optimizing what we already have in our hands, optimizing the productivity that we are able to have every single day, and to make the most of our time. What would your life be like? Who could benefit from you optimizing your time, from you planning ahead? Yeah. This doesn't just happen by chance or coincidence, right? This is intentional. We are to be intentional with our lives every single day. I heard this quote one time that said, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. It's a famous one. You've heard it many times before, but you know what? As classic and evergreen as it is, it really is true. If you and I, if we fail to plan, if we fail to map out, if we fail to write down, if we fail to look ahead, then what we're doing is we are setting up ourselves for limits and limitations in what we're able to do, what we're able to achieve, how we're able to impact, how our passions, our desires, those skill sets and abilities and talents that are already God-given inside of us, we're placing a guard around them. We're limiting how they can be utilized. So I want to ask you today, plan ahead and develop boundaries, putting a safeguard, putting a security system around your plans, around what is important to be able to achieve optimal impact to the world, to be a blessing, to have success. It's application time. I want to invite you right now. Take out your journal, take out whatever note-taking device you may have or use where you're able to stop and reflect. Pause for a moment and ask yourself this question: where am I being called right now to plan ahead? The plan ahead could be for later on today. The plan ahead could be for tomorrow, right? So a very soon plan ahead, like I know this is coming. Or it could be next year. It could be 5 years from now. But where in my life do I have a vision for something that's coming? Or I know I have the knowledge that something is coming, or I have a desire for something to be manifested, right? Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to finish that school degree. Maybe you want to have a baby. It doesn't matter, whatever it may be. Sit down right now and take some time to reflect or write. Where in my life am I being called right now to, number one, identify plans that are coming? And then write down right now 4 or 5 areas, categories, things in your life that you need to plan ahead for. Plan ahead for your child's graduation that's coming up this year. Plan ahead to go ahead and write that book. Plan ahead to go ahead and get that degree. Plan ahead to buy that new home. Sit down and write. And then ask yourself, what are the boundaries that I need to, healthy boundaries, right? That I need to put in place. Healthy boundaries that I need to put in place that would be like security for my plans. Yeah. I go back to the example that we had in video number 1, right? Maybe you want to get some more sleep this year. What healthy boundaries do you need to put around it? Maybe instead of going to bed at midnight, a security guard, a boundary, a healthy boundary is going to bed at 9 o'clock. This is your life. You can do it. And I ask you, what does healthy look like to you? Because as we invest our time wisely, we want to invest our time wisely in ways that are healthy, in ways that cause us to heal, in ways that cause us to grow, in ways that cause us to be a blessing to our community and to have impact. So there you have it. Number 5, again, we said, is plan ahead and develop boundaries. If you have not seen videos 4, 3, 2, 1 in our series, I want to invite you even now to go ahead and go back. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Facebook. Check out our Instagram page, like, love, share. But go ahead and watch videos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our series, Invest Your Time Wisely. Don't keep it to yourself. Have a conversation with someone else today. Sister, brother, grandfather, uncle, friend, male, female, doesn't matter. Have a conversation with someone today. Ask them, are you planning ahead? What are you planning for in this upcoming year? What are you planning for the next 30 days? Are you developing healthy boundaries around it? What boundaries do you have in place? What security measures do you have in place to help ensure that you're able to accomplish that plan? Is there anything that needs to be removed from your life that is hampering you being able to stick to the plans that you made? Or are there things that you need to add in as support measures to be able to ensure that you are able to reach your goal? Listen, this is your life. You only get to live it once, so live it well. I want to remind you, as always, that you are an amazing legacy maker. So be sure to leave a legacy every single day. Join us for our next series, which is going to be coming up. We're going to be doing a series on the unhurried leader. We also want to invite you to join us for vital conversations with Forward Movement Ministries and a Greater Force Than Failure Transformation Lab. That's going to be coming up in January and February. So listen, there's so much to engage in. Don't be silent, share, leave comments. I can't wait to hear from you. Great to enjoy this series with you. Have a wonderful day. And remember, walk forward and always be a blessing.